Talk about your career learning at South Carolina to there that you did in order to get this invite to the
At South Carolina, I played football and basketball there, and I think basketball kept me in shape, to go out there and just continue to be able to run through football. But I had a great career there. I love Coach Sperry, Coach Martin. Coach Holmes was a coach there too my first year. I had a great time there, man. A lot of players that came in, and now I'm playing in the pros that I played against. So I think I have a good chance of playing in the pros.
Heading into the next level, where do you see yourself in the position of whether the X or
receiver? I think you can just put me anywhere out there in the field. I'm gonna go out there and give you everything.
Now, how would you best describe your
getting open, making big plays. Ability to run past defenders, ability just to make myself open and just go move around and catch it.
Bruce, how satisfying was it for you to go out with the game that you had against Wisconsin in the bowl game?
That was kind of the game that kind of sealed the deal. I was making if I'm going to stay off, I'm going to come back. And after I had that game, I knew for sure I was going to.
What was it like growing up with Andre? I cover the Cardinals, and I talked to him, and he said you guys are very competitive with each other, and you kind of tried to one-up him a lot.
Yeah, me and him, we grew up in the same yard playing football one-on-one together. We had a drill where we can't juke, so we just hit each other. So, it was very exciting, to see him, doing his thing at the next level. So it just pushing me to, try to get up there.
Do you like a physical style of play?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Did he give you advice?
He gave me a lot of advice. He told me, if I'm coming out, you gotta give everything you got. This not college no more. It's the NFL. Everybody fight for their position, so everything you do, you gotta go hard at.
Speaking of competition, your cross-state rival, Samuel Watkins, pretty much came into the combine throwing the gauntlet down to you other receivers.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Man, it's just pushing me, to go out there and do my thing. I trained with him. We had a great time together. Bonding together. I know he's gonna do his thing, and I'm gonna go out there and do mine.
What can you do here to separate yourself from him and other receivers?
I don't know, but I'm gonna do everything I gotta do. I'm gonna run fast, I'm gonna catch the ball, I'm gonna do all the drills. I'm gonna rep 22-25. I'm just gonna do everything that I can do.
And you had to take a break from basketball season. How's that working?
It's working good. This is what I want to do. This is what I prayed that I was gonna do, and I'm here.
Bruce, you're impressed with the quality of the other receivers that are competing against, but also with.
There's a lot of receivers out here. Once you see someone, you'll go back and look on film at them, see how they is. So, I'm just excited to be here. Learn from their experience, and then just go out there and do what I got to do.
What teams are you meeting with?
I haven't meet with any teams yet. I meet with a couple, like individual teams when we went to an informal group.
Right. Are you scheduled to meet with the Jets at all?
I don't know yet. They have a number on it, so I don't know what room they're in.
Bruce, can you just maybe comment on the different types of coaching you got from Coach Spurrier and Coach Martin, who's known as a driven, hard-nosed, no-nonsense guy? Maybe compare and contrast those guys and how you feel it's helped you take tough coaching and maybe a different kind of coaching.
Coach Martin, he's going to get after you.
Yeah.
Through practice, through games. He might say some things that hurt your feelings. But, that's something you have to deal with as a player. And, he's just fighting for his job and fighting for you to be, learn from, life experience. And, Coach Sperry, he's like a laid-back coach, but he'll get after you every now and then. And I think that's going to help me because, it's different type of coaches that's going to be in the NFL, and I think that's going to help me a lot.
Who was your official height
game?
Well, I say Steve Smith. I want to be like him.
What was your official height weight?
I was 5'9", 197.
About Steve Smith's size.
How important is it, Bruce, all these big receivers that are coming into the league and are populating the league, and how important is it to play big on the field? Because there's a difference between just being big and playing big. And can you just maybe explain how you try to do that?
Man, you just got, I'm 5'9", so I got to make people know I'm there. So I'm going to try to, on third down, fourth down, if you try to get the first down, pass it to me, I'm going to try to go get it. Just making big plays, I think that's the big key. Just going out there and giving everything you got.
How would you say that playing both football and basketball during college helped you as an athlete and just become ready to be a professional?
I say my conditioning kept me in shape. There's a lot of drills you do with football that you do with basketball. Like you got to stay low, slide, and that's good with the shuttle drill. Vertical, you can do that with both. And I think, you know, just being competitive, you know, that's going to help me a lot.
By nature, it's cross training. I mean, would you say you're less prone to injury because of it, more prone? I mean, how's your body develop that way?
My body feels great. I haven't had any problems. You know, I've been doing both for 3 years, and I feel great.
If the football coaches came after you harder recruiting-wise in high school, would you consider doing football, or did you just like basketball more and wanted to do basketball?
I made a decision on myself that I was going to do basketball. You know, I'm the type of guy, you know, people tell me I can't do it. I can't play Division I basketball at a high level, so when I said that, I was like, man, I can do it, so I went out and did it.
And then Tony Cox was always in your ear saying, you know, he's still...
Yeah, him and Coach Brown.
Yeah,
and a couple of players, you know, Marcus Lattimore, you know, Alshon and those guys, I guess they saw my film and they told me, man, come out and play. And I said, yeah, I did.
Did you have any doubts that, because you had a really successful freshman year of basketball, did you think you were just going to do basketball, or what made you go back to football?
You know, I went to the Alabama game when they beat them #1, and I got to play for this. Yeah, it was exciting, man. I was like, man, I got to enjoy that, see that part of my life.
Were there any second thoughts with that?
No regrets, man. No regrets.
Bruce, it's interesting. Coach Arians for the Cardinals on the podium earlier said that Andre turned out to be one of the best wide receivers on their team, completely unexpectedly.
Yeah.
I'm just curious how much of that he got from you, and then a lot of observers have mentioned that you really look like a running back after the catch.
Yeah.
And so just kind of compare y'all's athleticism.
Like I said, we played together all our life. Through high school, I played against him in college. And, you know, we just, you know, push each other to be the best we can be. And, you know, things he do, I look at. Like, I go home right now and just watch his film. You know, just learn from what he do. He's a fast running back, and he's a great receiver. So I'm trying to do all of it too.
How much did he help you together? Were you guys like right in the same neighborhood? Or?
Yes, sir.
How much did he help you with the decision to come out?
He basically just told me, you know, do what I want to do. It's my decision. I'm gonna have to live with it.
What kind of led to that decision? I mean, what made you decide? And what was the factor in deciding to come out?
You know, I was thinking about it, you know, all year. And after the Wisconsin game, you know, I had a real decent game, and I was like, yeah, it's time for me to go, because, you know, you're not going to have so much years in the NFL. And I've been doing 2 sports, so after a while, my body's going to run down. So I was like, yeah, it's time for me to go.
Was Coach Spur, did he kind of help you in that decision-making process?
You know, both of the coaches, Coach Martin, he gave me some scenarios, but he told me, you know, go with your heart. And Coach Spur, he even asked me, he was like, you turn your papers in yet? So I know he was cool with it.
Well, you guys in South Carolina left early. I mean, it didn't always used to be this way. There's 100 underclassmen coming out. It's kind of crazy to think of, you know, how much earlier guys are going to the NFL.
I guess it has to do with, you know, you're not going to be long in the NFL. You know, it can be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 15 years. But, you know, after a while, you take enough hits, you know, you have to find something else other than football.
Just capitalize when you can, basically.
Yeah.
Did you get a grade from the draft advisory board?
Yes, sir, I got a grade.
What did they give you?
Said 3rd round.
What's that?
3rd round.
Okay.
How'd you do so well in the bowl game? What happened that you did so well?
I just went out there and played. I don't know. Connor threw the ball well, and I did a great job catching it.
Were there any coverages like that you exposed, or?
They play a little man coverage, a little cover 2, and Coach Perry made a great job, you know, calling plays that's going to get me open. And I got open and caught the ball.
Do you feel like you might have...
Talk about Connor. It seems like he's one of these guys who's just reliable, durable, but maybe doesn't get the credit that he's due sometimes.
Man, he's a leader, man. He get hurt. Like, one game he got hurt, and they say he was out for like 2 months. He came back the next week. He's a fighter, tough guy, and you know, he's gonna go out there and give everything he's got. And I think a lot of teams need that.
I feel like you might have more untapped potential than some guys, since you did do both sports and you haven't been doing football year round, really.
You know, I was thinking to myself about that. You know, I think that now that I'm focusing on one sport, I can, you know, really focus on it and do a lot of more things.
So you mentioned you and Sammy got really close down there. Did you guys get to do anything away from training, or was it really just football?
Yeah, we did. We got, you know, we'll go out to this place called Leroy's like almost every day and just sit down and just have a conversation about, you know, what happened at Clemson, what happened at South Carolina, talk about friends, family, and stuff like that. So we got real close.
I mean, he's been in the limelight for 3 years. What kind of things did you learn about him that, you know, maybe other people didn't get to during the course of those 3 years?
He's a funny guy. he's laid back. You know, he won't talk to you unless he get to know you. And he's just a fun guy to be around.
Does he teach you things about being in the limelight as a star receiver that way? Because
you can just watch that. You know, from watching TV or watching him, like the things like if we out having lunch, people will come up to him, sign this and sign that, and he'll take the time out, sign it, I'll take a picture with a little kid, stuff like that. So that things you learn from him, stuff like that.
How difficult was it balancing both basketball and football, and what was the biggest challenge?
I don't think it was difficult at all. Both coaches, work with you. Like I get done with basketball and they won't let me go through. They just let me do spring practice. I don't have to do the spring game or nothing like that. I'll do it and different like that. So it's just a matter of the coaches working with you. They did a great job.
I heard you mention Alshon before. How close were you with Alshon when he was at South Carolina?
I was very close. When I came out, his locker was right beside mine. So I got to know him, and me and him have the same agent. So he calls me and he tells me, man, go out there and just do your thing, man. It's gonna be hard with all the media, all the going through the scanning, all the doctors and stuff like that. But you just preparing yourself for the next level.
What did he tell you about his first year with the Bears, first couple of years with the Bears?
He told me he just worked hard. They had a problem with him talking he's gonna be overweight and stuff like that. But y'all see what he's doing now. He's a great receiver, man. He just say you gotta work hard. Everything you do, after practice and before practice, you just gotta get it in.
How much of an example is that for you? I know he's not the most talkative guy around.
Yeah, it's a big example, just to see what he's doing and see where he came from, and that's just gonna push me to strive to be just like him.
Any surprises here so far?
Nah, no surprises. I heard about everything that's going on.
Any interviews yet?
I haven't. I got some today and tomorrow.
Do you know what to expect from those? I mean, do you feel like you're going to get a certain line of questioning? Or
we had the informal interview with everybody in the room, so I think I'm going to have a little pretty idea of what they're going to ask me.
So you kind of wanted to go your own way in college. Andre went to Clemson. I heard you wanted to do South Carolina to kind of make your own name for yourself. What was you thinking with that?
Yeah, it was kind of like, we both came up together. There was an Andre little cousin, Bruce, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But, I wanted to make my own path. He made his path, and he told me to make my own path. That's what I did.
Now that you guys are more grown, I heard it, you kind of decided, obviously only a long shot to play together, but what would that be like for you to be on the same team in the NFL?
It'd be amazing. I told him if I come there, I'll try to get number 83 because he got 38. But it'd just be a great experience. He's already been up there in Arizona, so I can follow his footsteps and learn from him.
When you have big games, do you see that it opens up the field for other guys being kind of a receiver to stretch things?
Oh, yeah. It opens a lot. We had Shaq Rowland, Nick Jones, and Demir. And I think, a lot of players, they key on one person, and we got other playmakers that can make plays.
How much did your basketball background help you develop as a football player?
It helps you a lot. As being a defender on the basketball court, it helps you stay low. It helps your quickness, and then just being competitive.
Usually when you think of the basketball guys, you're talking about Jimmy Grahams and Antonio. It's those like 6'5" guys.
Yeah.
How is it from your standpoint, not being one of those bigger guys, but developing as a player?
Like even though I'm short, I'm gonna go get a rebound, and I just like going to get the ball, going to jump up and get a kick. So, just being in shape, conditioning, just going through like football and basketball drills. I think it's like the same thing, man. You just gotta be athletic and competitive.
So your town did a parade for Omar when they won the Super Bowl, and you trying to get something with you and Andre and the NFL together. You trying to get them to do something for you guys?
Yeah, hopefully they will.
Talk to the mayor or something.
Yeah, hopefully they will.
Appreciate it.
Do you follow any of those other basketball guys like Julius Thomas? You watch him a little bit more closely because of the background.
There's a lot of guys that's they're bigger than me. They're like 6'8", but I'm just trying to make a name for myself.